This is part 2 of the all signs reading. So I'm going to be starting off with Libra in this part 2 section. So Libra, what does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to know at this time? What does Libra need to know at this time? Oh, that card just slid. Let me put this on. That anyone? Nope, not anyone. Okay, so a card just flew. Single. Okay, Libra, are some of you single? Ready to mingle? Let's see what else comes out with the single card. Let's see what comes out with single. 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 Tell me about single. Then you got photography. Okay. So, Libra, what does Libra need to know? Libra. Oh, too many cards. Libra. Finances. Divine intervention for Libra. Serendipity, catalyst, karma, single, photography, isolation, independent, alone. So either some of you are working by yourself, you're single, or you're feeling alone, feeling isolated. With photography, it says photo, memory, souvenir, card. Maybe some of you are reflecting on something from the past. You know what I'm thinking? I don't know if some of you are deciding to travel. I don't know if some of you are planning to travel. Maybe there's certain places that you wish to travel to, or there's places that you would like to go back and travel to with memories. And then finances, money, problem, work, success, fortune. So I'm getting that some of you are thinking about places that you want to be. You may be looking at photographs, maybe watching photo, memory, souvenir card. I don't know if some of you are watching like tourist videos, maybe even old videos of when you've traveled. And I'm not answering any questions, so I'm going to be deleting any questions I see. Okay, Razia, I'm not answering questions anymore. So this is an all signs reading. I'm reading for Libra right now. This is part 2 of Libra's reading. The Libra reading. Money, problem, work, success, fortune. Yeah, some of you may be wanting to work on your finances, maybe wanting to improve your finances so that you can start to travel. I don't know, I'm getting traveling for you guys, just traveling. But I feel like if that's something that you've been considering, I don't know if some of you have been considering moving to a different location or just traveling somewhere new. Maybe you've never traveled. Maybe you're looking at different places that you would like to travel to. Money might be an interfering factor, but the fact that divine intervention may become is at the bottom of the deck, serendipity, catalyst, karma. I don't know I gotta stop saying I don't know. The Knight of Pentacles came out. Knight of Pentacles. This is indicating someone who's doing some very strategic planning. There's this map here. Some of you could be considering going on a road trip, doing a solo trip. I don't know, I'm getting travel. I don't know if this, and if I had to stop saying I don't know. This resonates with somebody's message. This is somebody's message. I have the Devil card. That's Capricorn energy, right? With finances, some of you may be figuring out what ways you can build up your finances. Maybe thinking about different avenues you can use. Like I know some people, they like to do Uber Eats or Amazon Prime. They do like Grubhub, little delivery stuff that you could do as a side hustle to build up your capital in some way. Well, I don't know if it's capital, but build up your money. You just, yeah, it's a lot of strategy, a lot of planning, strategic, and you have your eyes set out on something, but I feel like it's requiring you to look at things from a different perspective. Maybe you're needing a change of perspective too, but you may feel like you need the traveling because if you look at the colors and the cards, they kind of look similar. And the Hangman card, which is Pisces, some of you may be dealing with Pisces, make Capricorn may be in your chart too. Some of you may be heavy Capricorn placements, or you just very much focus on your career, finances, improving your finances and stuff. But if traveling is part of your plan, maybe some of you are thinking about traveling for work. Maybe, photography, this is very like obvious, but maybe some of you are considering taking some sort of risk and pursuing a dream to do world photography, like travel the world and take pictures, like photojournalism, vlogging, blogging, somewhere where you could work on your own, where you can earn your own money. You don't have to work with other people. You can do this independently. But it's going to require you to take some sort of risk. But I don't know if there's something has either triggered this idea in you, or this you pursuing this, going after this is what's going to bring some sort of, it's going to be a catalyst to something. Underneath that was talent. Some of you may be very talented creators, photographers, videographers, if you do anything with images, maybe scrapbooking, but it could also have to do with a past talent that you've had, and you're feeling like this call to pursue it in some way. Doesn't have to be photography, but it could be something that you've done in the past that you probably haven't done in a long time, but now that you may have more time, maybe some of you have entered a relationship or you decided to be alone and you're no longer with anybody, or you may be moving on your own, but I feel like there's something there with talent. I don't really get that vibe. I would just say be careful though, because there could be, maybe there's something in your energy, someone around your energy that could be the catalyst for you pursuing something on your own, doing something on your own, returning to something from the past because of financial reasons. It could also, I don't really like that. I don't. I see the threats card underneath talent. Money, life, violence, privacy. But then we have this strategy card, the Seven of Swords. Oh, this is bad. I would say be careful of anybody that may try to use some sort of pictures against you. Pictures, photos that can be sold. Something like that. I would say beware of that. That came to my mind. Somebody bringing up something from the past. I had to share that because the threats card came out, and then I'm looking at all this, and I don't know. This is worst case scenario, and I pray to God no one resonates with this. That someone may be trying to blackmail you with pictures. That's side message. I hope that does not resonate. Okay. I looked at the bottom of the deck, I see the Lovers card, and I look at the Lovers card as a positive card. It's about making a choice or something. But with what I just said, I don't really like the fact that came out. So I would just say that's something to look out for. Hopefully no one resonates with that. But I would say beware of that, because there may be somebody that was toxic in the past. That may be strategizing and maybe wanting to bring up old shit from the past to kind of make you feel stuck, to make you feel trapped in some way. Or maybe that's how you feel if that resonates with you. I pray to God that does not resonate with anybody. I pray to God that doesn't resonate with anybody. But that is a shitty ass message. Why the hell did I have to look under there? Okay, tell me more. Now, going back to the good. I feel like if there's something that you're going back to in the past that you're pursuing, then you may be considering making it into a career for yourself, then it will be something that will be very fulfilling to you. It'll be a wish fulfillment for you, but it'll also put you in this place of recognition, because that's one thing I also saw, and that with the talent card is like your talent will be recognized, your skills will be recognized, and that's going to help boost up your finances. That's what I'm getting. If this has to do with something you going on your own and doing, it could be something that you've done in the past. It could be photography itself. You could be doing something with photography or videography, with visual arts, but that is going to be beneficial to you financially. I had that horrible message, the side message. That was somebody's message. Like I said, I hope it does not resonate. But with this, it's like if you're pursuing something and you're thinking about how you can build up your finances, or just even moving away from working a typical 9-to-5 job, wanting to be a solopreneur, it's looking like you have to look at something from the past that you have a lot of talent with. That's a natural talent. It's something that you were born with. It doesn't have to be photography, but it could do with visual arts. But it could also be with acting. It could be modeling. It could possibly be editing. But it's just something that you could do on your own that may bring you, that may be beneficial to you financially. But this could also be something that a side thing you do to help boost up your finances. If you're someone who is considering traveling, expanding your horizons in some way. So that's your message, Libra. I hope that resonates with you somehow. I hope that negative message doesn't resonate, but if it does, I hope that it's like a warning to someone to look out. With that negative message, when I said that look out, this person, the negative message, this person may be trying to do that to kind of force you back into a relationship with them. So I feel like some of you just got to be aware of some toxic ex that may be trying to mess with your reputation in some way. I just noticed I had some cards in another deck. Okay. Someone that may be wanting to torment you. Okay. So part 2. I have to look at the time set for that. But now we're going to go into Scorpio. Scorpio. Oh, for real? Wow. Okay, Scorpio. We got ascending. Some of you may have Scorpio ascending. I'm a Scorpio. I have a Cancer ascending. Cancerian rising. So Scorpio ascending. Level up, promotion, progress. Scorpios. Oh, you're a Scorpio sun. Cool. Awesome. True. Deep thinking, remember, solve puzzles, code word. Affairs. Mistress. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Wisdom. Prudence, foresight, transcendence, and perception. Level up, promotion, progress with ascending. True. Deep thinking, remember, solve puzzles, code word. Affairs, mistress, third party. When I'm putting this, I feel like the wisdom card, it says prudence, foresight, transcendence, perception. I feel like some of you are gaining a different perspective about a situation that you may be dealing with that has probably kept you in your head, possibly mulling over different information, different facets of information, different types of information you're receiving, whether they're like factual, like you can see with your own eyes, and then what you're also your intuition is telling you, whatever you may be channeling, because it could be different things. I remember one time by mistake, I remote viewed somebody. I did that a couple times, not intentionally, but that's like the craziest shit. To be able to remote view, that's crazy. Anyway, I don't know if some of you could be in a relationship where it may be a secret relationship. And I say secret because these people are in the shadow, right? But it could also be like, it could be a third party situation where someone's married, you could be the third party, or you're in a relationship and there is a third party involved, you know? But there's something you may be gaining understanding about. And the empty room, no people, the end, opportunity. I feel like the single card came out too. I feel like some of you are just like reaching this point, if you're dealing with this type of affair situation, that you're ready to move on. I think you're understanding that there's nothing more to be done in this situation, and you're wising up to it, and you're taking that opportunity to move away, to walk away, and go towards whatever it is that's out there for you, whether it's just you remaining single, choosing to be single and remaining single and alone, or putting yourself out there. But I feel like some of you may be wanting to focus on your work, you know, maybe wanting to focus on work. Okay, let's see what this ascending is for Scorpio. Because maybe, you know, the tarot will clarify more, but that's just what I'm seeing right now. I didn't get the timestamp for Scorpio. I think I'm gonna put 1313. Let me see if I'm right. I'll correct it because when I go through it, I always make sure the timestamps are good. I just need to hear myself Scorpio, and then, you know. Okay, what's ascending? Tell me about ascending. Oh, Lord. Magician. I think some of you are realizing your manifestation power. If you've been dealing with a situation, you're like, you know, I kind of deserve better than this. You know, if I can manifest this and that, then maybe I should try manifesting something else. You know, manifesting new love if you are in an affairs dynamic. But this could be something going on around you too. It doesn't necessarily have to be you're in the third party situation. It could just be somebody around you is involved in the third party situation. But I feel like some of you are realizing that deep thinking remembers soft. I think some of you may be realizing that you have some skills. You know, some of you may be dealing with a Gemini energy with the Magician card coming out. Magician could be Gemini or Virgo. So that may resonate with some of you. Then we have the Five of Wands, which is indicating like conflict and stress, competition. I feel like this is about you standing out against the competition because you have certain talents and skills that these other people probably don't. Because when I think of the Ascending card, it's also standing above the rest, you know? And the Magician has tools, they have skills. But then with the Five of Wands, it's indicating competition. I don't know if some of you are finding out some people are having an affair at work. Because I did see the work card underneath single. Okay, what is Six of Cups? For True. I feel like that goes with True. Because it's reflecting. Six of Cups, not Six of Clubs. It's about reflecting on the past, good times, good memories. But it could just simply be memories. It could be even the information that you're getting. Maybe certain things are starting to add up for you. But True, Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands is somebody who is very passionate, caring, is passionate, pursues whatever, you know, whatever whim they get, you know, like if they feel the desire to do something, they go after it, you know. Ace of Swords came out with the King of Pentacles. I said the Six of Cups has to do with the past, nostalgia, childhood. It could be childhood, memories, good memories. They could be good memories. They could also be challenging memories. It could be memories of good times. Knight of Wands is a fire sign energy and Ace of Swords. So I feel like if you're reflecting on some energy, like a Knight of Wands energy, it can be a male, female fire sign energy, or just someone who embodies fiery energy. may come off as a fire sign energy. You find this chewing you're doing on an idea or something about this person, maybe a past person, you're starting to gain some more clarity about it. I don't know if this is someone who maybe felt like they put you in competition. This could be somebody from the past that cheated on you. Okay. Can you believe people would cheat on a Scorpio? I'm joking. No, like, I'm joking because cheating is bad. The sun, yeah. You may have found out about this person cheating, but this be coming out that somebody is cheating with the sun card. Because I don't know if that's happiness. Who would be happy about somebody cheating, right? But I feel like there's something being revealed, something being enlightened. Yeah, King of Pentacles and look at that. Scorpio and Taurus energy. Look, at Scorpio came out the bottom of the deck with death. Okay, side note. I don't know, some of you feel like you keep attracting these types of energies or that put you in competition with other people. It could be at work too. But it feels like somebody's going to be standing out, right? I said that. Somebody's going to stand out in the competition. I don't know if I don't like saying I don't know because this is what I'm getting. Please forgive me for auto-correcting on live. I'm trying to change certain things that I'm saying because it gets annoying when I do watch the replay and I'm like, why the fuck am I talking like that? You know? Why can't I speak the way I write? You know? But the King of Cups and King of Pentacles, I mean, there could be a competition between you and another person. Oh my gosh. Now I'm thinking this, like, say you're like looking for a promotion in your job, but the person that makes the decision is having an affair with the person you're in competition with. And that may be coming out. Another thing too is if this is a past person coming back, I don't know if they were dealing with a Taurus energy or a earth sign energy, somebody with money. This could be a past person. I see Leo as well with the sun card. So you have Virgo, Gemini, Scorpio, any water sign energy, Leo, and any earth sign energy. And the Knight of Wands, a fire sign energy, any fire sign energy. I feel like there could be a person trying to interfere. If you're already in a relationship, there could have been, or this could be the past, somebody interfered with your relationship. They actually became a third party, a mistress or I don't know what they call males. And it could have been a Knight of Wands. Maybe, but this is so fucking confusing. This is confusing, true. Okay, this is the past. Getting clarity about somebody from the past, seeing the truth of the matter, putting up all the pieces together. Okay, I feel like saying it that way, I feel like some of you may be finding out that someone has been unfaithful, and they could be unfaithful to you, or you may be finding someone that has been unfaithful to someone else. You know, because sometimes the energies can mingle with ours if we're close to people. But it could have to do with something at work too, because I see the work card underneath single. Yeah, something's being illuminated. That the truth could be coming out that somebody is having an affair. That's what I feel like that's what it is. If that's involving you, that could be where you're moving away. Empty room. You're going to leave some sort of vacancy in someone's life. There's going to be some sort of vacancy. It could be at work or within your personal life. There's going to be a vacancy. Because when I thought of vacancy when I saw empty room. If this is you, this Scorpio, you may be finding this out. I hate that. I'm a Scorpio. I don't want to be fucking saying shit like this. But I'm telling you what I see. It could either be somebody's going to be leaving, like there's a vacancy, and that you're vying for this job with somebody else. Either you're in competition with somebody else, and you may be strategizing, thinking about what ways you can stand out with your skills, your talents, right, Scorpio? but you're seeing things clearly. You're trying to think of new ideas to get what you want, right? But the third party, this is the card that throws me off. So we could just try to read that separately. If there's somebody having an affair, it's going to be illuminated, and it's maybe involving the earth sign. It could just be involving somebody that has a lot of money, and then somebody who can be considered very emotional, you know? But it's coming out that someone is having an affair. And that's either way, there's going to be a vacancy. There's a vacancy. There's a vacancy in a job position that you may want, and that you may be vying for, you may be competing for, or somebody's going to be leaving somebody behind because of infidelity. There's going to be some sort of death and rebirth, indicating something's ending for something to be reborn again. So it could be an opportunity, you're done with one opportunity to start a new opportunity. It could be that. Or this relationship is over and now you're moving forward to be single and work on yourself, you know? Bring your life back together. That's a shitty ass message. That's the message I got, Scorpio. So it's like you got the good and the bad. I'm sorry. As a Scorpio, I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to see this shit at all. Okay, I'm sorry for the message coming out the way it did, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. All right, Sagittarius. We're going to be reading for Sagittarius now. Sagittarius. For Sagittarius. Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know at this time? What does Sagittarius need to know at this time? What does Sagittarius need to know at this time? Wow. Okay. That's nicer. The card Miss You. Miss Way Eager. True Deep Thinking. Remember Solve Problem. Code Word. Bonfire. Home, Safe Haven, Home, Flame. I probably wrote down in the wrong order. Sing and Dance. And then Hope, Wish, Expect, Desire. I feel like somebody has been deeply thinking about you deeply, Sagittarius. How much they enjoy their time with you. How you feel like home with them. But they also like the passion that they have with you. They're hopeful, optimistic about something when it comes to you. If this is somebody that misses you, this is someone that you haven't been in contact with, somebody that you may be at a distance with. And distance can be anything. Like it could be time and it could actually be space. Okay, so, but it's like there's some sort of synchronization that's going to allow you to reunite with someone. If that's what you want, but it doesn't have to be like you and this person were in a relationship. It could just be somebody that you know that misses you and wants to be within your company and has some hopes for something. Okay, so I'm going to read this one differently. I'm going to do a card for each. What's Miss You? Tell me about Miss You for Sagittarius. Tell me what Miss You for Sagittarius. Seven of Wands. This could be someone that put their guard up, that feels like they have to put their guard up. This could be somebody that feels like they have to protect themselves because of some stuff that they've had experienced in the past. And if this person reaches out to you or interacts with you, they feel like they're going out on a limb. You know, the Chariot. So the thoughts that this person has about you, definitely you're racing through their mind, you know, you're racing through their mind. They keep thinking about you, having memories. They may be trying to figure something out. Maybe trying to figure out if you're available or you're single. Are you in a relationship? How you're doing, maybe. Okay. Now, the Bonfire says it's the Two of Pentacles, trying to find balance emotions, balance resources, balance your heart and mind. You're trying to come to a decision, going within, introspecting with the Virgo card showing up with the Hermit. So someone is just like weighing their options, possibly considering what they want to do, what action they want to take, what efforts they want to put forward. And maybe in this process in their life where they're trying to juggle stuff, and they may be a solitary energy, single energy on their own. But tell me about bonfire, though. Tell me about bonfire. Excuse me. What is this bonfire? Yeah, this is not somebody new to you. This is somebody that you've known for some time. They're not brand new to you. You have memories with this person and even shared emotions with the moon card. This is somebody that you've probably seen their light and you've probably seen their shadow. You know? And this is where if they feel safe, there's a safety there. The hope is the Sun card. They hope that you're happy, that things are going well for you. What else? Talk about hope, wish, expect, desire. Hope, wish, expect, desire. They have the Five of Wands. I feel like this person is trying to make some plans to come towards you, but I feel like that what they want to know for sure is if they have any competition with the Five of Wands before they make some sort of move towards you. Yeah, there's definitely emotions there. And the synchronization card right here, it says resonance, music, or emotion. And then we have the King of Cups here. Someone who's very loving, balanced, emotionally balanced. Someone that you can be vulnerable with. Is comfortable in their emotions, you know? So you could be dealing with a Scorpio or any water sign energy. This person probably has been up in their head and a lot thinking. This person may have dealt with some sort of energies that may have been like player energies in the past. With the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands is a player energy, right? Then we have the Eight of Cups. They've walked away from those situations. Those situations have often left them in their own head and possibly even not allowed them to feel happy, feel and experience happiness because they were always trapped in their own mind, you know? And it's funny though, because I feel like there's an element of healing here too. When I said that, because underneath the synchronization is rest, you know, pause, journey, new beginning. So this person may be undergoing some sort of transformation in their life, maybe, or this could be something that's going on within you. But I feel like the person's hope is that they can come forward, come towards you, make some sort of plans toward you, but they want to be sure that they don't have any competition, anything to look out for, anything that may conflict. They want to make sure that everything is synchronized, you know, like when they make their move, it's at the right time, right place, right time. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. So I hope that helps, Sagittarius. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into what you call it? I'm gonna go into Capricorn. 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 Oh, wow. Sita, wow, that's crazy. That is freaking crazy. Oh, yeah. The type, our type is the one that disappoints us. That's our type. Sita. That's our type. But, you know, it's going to get better for us. We're going to meet people that won't disappoint us, you know? I have hope. I've met somebody that, you know, he hasn't disappointed me. He's a friend though, but he's a friend. He gives me hope that there's somebody that, but the thing is like right now, my mind frame is, like, honestly, I feel okay not being in a relationship. If I don't be in a relationship, I'm fine with it, you know? And it's not like I gave up hope or anything, but it's more like, it's like, I could, I've been alone for this amount of time. I think I'll be okay alone for the rest, because I could, we could have that, that independence. We could do whatever we want. We could go wherever we want. We don't, because like, being in a relationship, you're responsible for not only your own emotions, but you have to make sure you're not doing anything to intentionally hurt another person, and I'm like, I think I don't intentionally mean to hurt people. It's just sometimes naturally it comes out, and it's just like I don't want to be feeling like I'm walking on eggshells, So it's like I want to be myself, but I also need to make positive changes with my communication. Hi, Marcia, how are you? So I know what changes I need to make, but it's like I don't like it, but am I willing to make those changes? I'm being honest with myself, I hope you're doing well, Marcia. Okay, so I went on my little spiel. Now we're gonna go into Capricorn. Capricorn, 35, 50. I'll put 36 for Capricorn. Capricorn, what does Capricorn need to know at this time? What does Capricorn need to know at this time? Hot, explosive, popular, focus. I just want to refocus and maybe think of hot topic. Capricorn, hot topic. Threats, money, life, violence, privacy. Okay. See, I said hot topic. And usually hot topics are usually things that involve like when, like certain belief systems or like opinions about something. But it could also be certain information that may be coming out that becomes a hot topic, but that could be a threat or cause someone to not feel safe. Ascending, level up, promotion, progress. That card came out for Scorpio. And then we have the card sing, soul, sing, praise, performance. Whenever I see this card, this is about being your authentic self, singing your truth, singing your song, singing like a canary. So, but also the singing like a canary, it makes me think of someone who's exposing some sort of truth. Maybe you've exposed some sort of truth. Because you're trying to incite some sort of change or make some sort of progress in something or with something or someone, right? But it could be something that you felt like it was a threat that you needed to address. Capricorn, it was something that you felt like you needed to address before it became something that exploded and became bigger than it necessarily had to be. So you felt like you had to speak up about something. It could be about some sort of corruption, some sort of illegal activity. I said that weird. Some sort of illegal activity or toxic traits, toxic people, corruption. It says infection, parasite, poison. Yeah, I feel like some of you are revealing something about something. Revealing something that you have encountered that you feel like is a threat to something and that you feel like there's a need to bring some sort of change. I see the mirror card. So it's something that you've probably reflected on for some time before speaking out and speaking your message, sharing your message. Wow. Okay, so I want to know. Andre, are you talking to me? I am single. If you're talking to me. I don't know if any man can handle me. That sounds bad because I'm not trying to get some freaking sick, psycho, abusive man trying to be like, I can handle you. I'll set you straight. Like, yeah. And you're going to lose the ball in the process. You're going to be half the man you used to be. Okay. I trust me. There's a lot of reasons why I'm single. I'm a Scorpio, one of them. I have toxic traits that I'm aware of and I'm still working on, and I got a mouth on me. I talk back, Okay. All right. What is this hot, popular, focus, explosive? What is this regarding? Aw. See, now you know. He's your ex. They're your ex for a reason. You know how we are. Not all of us are the same. You know how it is. You can't like lump all the signs together, but I have my good days and my bad days. Okay, so what does a Capricorn need to know? Yeah, like there's something that you're just like, like there's something that's just like really bothering you, like, and you feel like you have to speak up and you have to say something. You have to say something, Capricorn. You may have fire in your chart. There's somebody, you may have Leo in your chart because strength card, you may be dealing with a Leo. There may be somebody that, it could be somebody around you that you feel like you have to kind of ground them and calm them down, something like that, Capricorn. But threats, money, life, violence. But no, I want to know more about the top. So somebody feels like, Capricorn, I feel like you or someone around you feels like they need to like just, I need to relax because there may be something that's really bothering them or bothering you that you feel like you're going to reach a point where you're going to explode. You know? Have a wonderful, amazing evening as well, Andre. Take care. Four of Swords. So yeah, somebody knows that they need to take a break. They need to detach. They need to take time to themselves to cool off because of whatever it is that's really bothering them, that's really upsetting them, making them hot and bothered. So many cards. I saw the Page of Wands though. Fire sign energy. Yeah, someone feels like they have to speak up because a Page of Wands is a messenger. Needs to speak up, and they may speak up about something very passionately, but this is a page, so someone young, so there may be a bit of timidity when it comes to this, wanting to communicate whatever is the bother. And I feel like it could be this desire to not make things worse, even though you feel like you have to say something, but you don't want to make it worse. That's what I'm getting. Now I want to know, what is this threat? What is this threat to Capricorn? That's too many. I saw the Emperor and I saw the Eight of Cups. But let's see what comes out for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know about the threats? You see that card, right? I don't know if somebody's trying to attack you because that card attacked me. Page of Cups. I feel like if this conversation happens, the threat may be somebody else. Somebody may feel threatened by this confrontation, if there is a confrontation, you know, but this person may be apologizing or may try to play dumb, like they weren't doing something wrong with the Page of Cups. You see me over there like, la, 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 you know? So the Page of Cups is typically a message of emotional expression. It could be even an apology, right? So, but right here, the page is also naive. So maybe somebody's playing naive because I don't know the way he is with that little umbrella. What the hell he needs an umbrella for? Honestly, what is he, Mary Poppins? Is he gonna jump off a cliff and just like float down with his yellow umbrella? I don't know. I don't know if somebody likes to drink too, because the Page of Wands. I mean, the Page of Cups is drinking from that. I know it's, but for some reason now I'm looking at it as drinking. When the King of Cups was doing that, I didn't think he was drinking, but now I'm looking at this Page of Cups, and I'm like, well, is he drinking too? Like he's carefree, he has no F's to give. See, the Empress. The Empress is a mother figure. It could be someone who has a child, who may be pregnant. Temperance. Fire sign energy with Sagittarius. When I think of the Empress, to me, she embodies a home that the feminine energy creates, a loving, nurturing space that just allows things to grow and bloom, you know. But this could also be that somebody did something that really bothered you, and you feel like it could impact your baby. And I mean the baby, it could be a real baby, like an actual baby, but it could also be something that you're trying to create for yourself. Maybe it's the life you're trying to create for yourself. Maybe you feel like somebody's trying to trigger you and you feel like you have to, you know. Hopefully this isn't you drinking, Capricorn, you know, because you're trying to like, maybe you're feeling stressed. Because stress could be a threat. It doesn't have to be another person. It could be another person, but now I'm thinking it could be stress that you may be dealing with that may be involving somebody else, that may be trying to get you out of character, possibly. So this is about you staying grounded and balanced. Whatever feelings you're experiencing, whether they're rage, their anger, just hot energy, hot emotions, this is about you transmuting it and using it to your advantage. And I think once you start to do that, then you're going to be seeing some sort of progress or change in whatever it is. Whatever situation is a bother for you. It could be you also rising above it and no longer like allowing it to bother you or feel like it's a threat to your happiness, a threat to your peace, a threat to your security. Tell me about ascending. I feel like you had to be true. If you feel like you have to speak up about something, like in a way, it could be a purge. Like you feel like you had to release certain thoughts or ideas, beliefs, or something that's been bothering you. You having to purge it with the Sing and Pollution card. Sometimes you need to work through it and by talking through it. So the ascending is Three of Swords. You're going to be healing. You're going to be recovering from this disappointment, this heartbreak, whatever grief you've experienced, possibly some sort of loss that may be triggering this anger in you or this threat of a loss, But then the Three of Cups is like you are transcending that, but then being at a place of peace, where you are like able to find happiness or able to not let something interfere with your happiness, not cause it to get you down. I think this is about not letting everybody or anybody bring out the devil in you, Yeah. No longer allowing other people to confuse you. You being more in tune with your emotions, being in tune with your shadow side, especially the part of you that you may have anger issues. I don't know, or you may be dealing with somebody with anger issues. Please you can switch and reverse the roles. I don't know who this is. This could be you or them. But somebody's knowing their options. They're learning, no longer wanting to be confused and looking at things clearly, seeing things for what they are, even feeling through them, exploring the different emotions, allowing yourself to process your emotions so that you can purge them, not let it infect you and infect you to affect whatever it is that you're trying to create or build for yourself with the Empress card. This is about remaining balanced and transmuting that energy to your benefit instead of to your detriment. Not letting this anger or resentment, possibly, that word just came out, be a threat to whatever it is that you're wanting to move towards. That's meant to bring elevation in your life. Or even, it could be a promotion, it could be elevation with your healing, or even spiritually, your spiritual evolution, whatever progress, whatever uptick, whatever positive changes you want to see in your life, and it's being able to, sometimes you gotta block certain things out so that you can see things clearly, allow yourself time to cool off instead of being reactive, and also blocking out anything that may be a trigger to you. So this is all about you protecting your peace and not letting things get to you. And in transmuting whatever feelings, emotions that you're having, using them to create something rather than destroy something or someone. Okay, I hope that message resonates with you. So now I'm going to go into, I hope the message resonates with you, Capricorns, whatever Capricorn placement. So now I'm going to be going into Aquarius. My mouth is starting to get dry. Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know? What does Aquarius need to know? Aquarius. Firm. Photography. Aquarius. That's too many. I'm going to take the Immortality card. Because it's getting kind of late now, so I have to be careful what cards I'm using. So the bottom change has to do with transformation, evolution, and newborn. It's like being brand new. And it makes sense, the Immortality card, Aquarius, coming out. So 49, 30 for Aquarius. Firm. Yeah. This is Queen of Swords energy. You have to be very firm, decisive, cut anything out that doesn't serve you, remove anything that may be toxic, cancerous, even moving away from past memories that just kind of kept you stuck and stagnant, because you're entering into some sort of evolution or transition in your life, transformation in your life. We have resurrection, sublimation, piety, and infinity. You know, I don't know if you've been going through a cycle. You keep going through the same cycle, but you finally reach the end where you're closing it out, and then you're seeing some sort of change. It could be within a relationship itself that had to end. You may have had some sort of breakup, walking away, separation, end, which coincides with the change, transformation, right? And rising from the ashes with the immortality card. It's like you could experience so many shitty things, but it's like nothing can get you down, you know, unless you let it get you down. You know, I think that some of you, if you are in this place where you may be looking at how you can change yourself, because sometimes I know from my past experience, whenever I've had interactions with dudes and they were not the best, I've always felt like I couldn't be the same person I was with them. I had to be someone new. You know, it's like that version of myself had to die in order for a new version to come to life, you know. I think it has to do with self-worth too. If some of you have issues with self-worth, because the finances card is not only about money, but I also like to look at it as finances. So you're making some sort of adjustments in your life too. You know, you're making the necessary changes that you need so that you can see whatever it is that you desire. You know, no longer you're cutting out what doesn't work for you. Maybe reflecting on the past. See what memories you should take with you and what memories should be left behind, you know, and whatever new phase you're entering in your life. Okay, so let me find out. Tell me about firm for Aquarius. What is the firm card for Aquarius? Two of Pentacles. Too many cards came out. Yeah, you're reflecting on something in the past. So maybe weighing the options, weighing what has value, what needs to be cut, what needs to be saved, what you should declutter, and what you should save as a souvenir, a treasure, or keep as, you know, what do you value the most, you know? Has to do with comparison too. You're only wanting to keep what has it's worth its weight in gold. Tell me about photography. Tell me about photography. Strength. Yeah, this is definitely about moving away from something. You know, I think that maybe some of you struggled with making this decision, and maybe because there was fear tied to it. Maybe you were afraid to be alone. Maybe there's a fear that you won't find anybody else. But your peace matters most. You know, no matter how many good memories you have with somebody, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, right? Whether it's for a job, it could be with a relationship, a friendship, something that needed to end. Because it may be, it served its purpose. Maybe it's what's allowing you to see what it is that you want and what you don't. What you need to walk away from and what you should keep. What you should stay with and what you should leave, walk away from. Can I get one more for this one? This card fell out. Yeah, you thinking about your future, planning ahead, because you no longer want to be stuck. You know, maybe there were a lot of things that you wanted to do, but you never got to do. And it could be traveling, because when I look at this card, it reminds me of traveling. Maybe you've been in places or situations or with people where you felt like you couldn't really make decisions for yourself. But right now, it's like you're putting your happiness first. You wanted to have enjoy your life, you know, and you're already planning that out. But it's like you had to walk away from something. You had to leave something behind. It could be you left somebody that is a Leo. It could be a Leo you left behind. Tell me about immortality. So you have the Hierophant. Yeah, I think you're like trusting yourself, trusting that spirit has got your back, that you have nothing to really worry about, because you're maybe at this very stable and grounded place within your life, that you feel like you know where to go, where you need to be grounded, where you need to reflect, where you need to pause, where you need to gain a different perspective for yourself, right? But it's all about what you're having faith that you have everything you need, and you know who you can turn to, and who spiritually you could turn to, for support, who will be there to ground you and be there to guide you through this transition that you're going through. You're having a lot of faith, not only in spirit, in God, the universe, or whoever you believe in, but it's like you're having faith with yourself. Because if you look at both of these, the Hierophant and the Strength card, it's like there's this taming, there's this calming, So some of you could be meeting a Taurus energy too. Taurus is a Hierophant. It could be a Piscean too, or a Leo, another Leo. It doesn't have to be, but Leo rules the sun. No, sun rules Leo, and Leo's the sun card. So it's like you're putting your happiness. You want to focus on your happiness, focus on where you could grow, where it's worth investing, pouring yourself into. But the best thing you could ever pour yourself into is yourself. Pour your love, your care, and invest in yourself. You're the best investment, And if this breakup had some sort of impact on your self-esteem, then that's something that you're probably, some of you may be doing something different where, like I said, you want maybe planning to do something that's going to make you happy, but it's also going to help build up your confidence and you face any fears you may have. And one of them could be like walking away and like going into the unknown. You already know, like when you're in a relationship or some sort of situation for a long time, you already know who the devils are, who the key players are, everything, where all the skeletons are. But when you're embarking on a journey where you're going to be by yourself and you don't know what's on the other side of the horizon, other side of the wherever you're heading, you don't know what's there. There's going to be fear. There's fear there. But then you also have to be optimistic that things are going to turn out well. You have to have trust in yourself that you're making the right decision, but also have trust that you're being directed towards something better for you. It's remaining faithful, trying to maintain a positive outlook, and even changing the way you are. Like maybe you're going into something unknown is also triggering this insecurity. And I don't know, like, I'm not going to say, no, you know what? I'm not going to say one sign is less confident than the other. We're people. We're all human, regardless of what our sun sign, moon signs, rising signs, all the signs. We're human. We're going to have some sort of insecurities. We're going to have certain things that we're embarrassed about, things that we're ashamed of, things that we want to hide, things that we hope people never find out. Those things. We're a human, That's normal. Look at that. Yeah, it's like once you go through this entire process and you see this change within yourself, or you start to value yourself and see that you are valuable, that you are loved, that you are cared for, and you are important, and you deserve to be happy and have peace. This is what you're going to be inviting into your life. Look at this, Aquarius. You got the Two of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune and then Ten of Cups. Look at that. With the Ace of Wands. This is a new beginning where there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of hope. Look at the Emperor there too. This is about you taking authority, being confident in your power, knowing your power. You're powerful. Maybe some of you felt like you had to squash it down, but no, it's time for you to show your power. Show that nobody can fuck with you. That whatever anybody throws at you, you're gonna rise above it, like the phoenix and the ashes. It's like this change is going to bring some sort of evolution in your life, your lifestyle, even your perspective on yourself, and even the people that you engage with, even the people that you surround yourself with or around. what you accept and what you will reject. I love that for you, Aquarius. So I hope that reading resonates with you in the best way. And my cards keep falling. Goodness gracious. Okay, so now I'm going to be going into Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. So let me get this card ready. Ooh. It's 808. Eights are about abundance. No questions. I'm not answering any questions. I'm reading Pisces. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Spicy Pisces. Spicy Pisces. What do Pisces need to know? Wow. Mirror came out. You may be reflecting on something. Reflection, reference, distinguish, appearance. I feel like some of you are just like really looking at something, comparing it. Because you have some sort of sneaking suspicion about something. And you may be wondering, this reminds me of something that I ran away from in the past. This reminds me of something I ran away from in the past. This reminds me of something that makes me feel unsafe, that makes me feel like I have to put my guard up, and that even I may have to run away from. And it reminds me of something from the past. Because photo, memories, souvenir, card came out. Okay, I'm like wondering, did I shuffle these cards good? I did, okay. But underneath is immortality, and that came on the other reading. What card is underneath? A whistleblower. Yeah. Something. Whistleblower, betrayal, report, supposedly. Yeah, this is about some sort of betrayal that you may have experienced in the past, and you're looking at something, but you're comparing it to something you've experienced in the past to see if it is the same shit, and if you need to run away, if you need to move away, get away, keep away, give up. It makes me think about that song from Total McCoy, the real McCoy. Run away, run away, run away and save your life. Run away. Run away, run away if you want to survive. I haven't sang that song in a while. It's time to break free. Whoa, run away. That's the song it makes me think about. Okay, what is Pisces reflecting on? What is the mirror? Yes, I did. I did Aquarius already. Right now I'm on Pisces. The Hermit. Yeah, I think some of you, like, there's something that you've taken time to, on your own, to look back on, that you're referring to. It's like you're going within, meditating. You're trying to trust your inner guidance and see, like, sometimes when you reflect on something, it triggers these emotions, and it makes you feel a certain way. It makes you feel something in your tummy. If it makes you uncomfortable, maybe some of you are trying to figure out, like, is this my intuition or is this my anxiety? So this is where you feel like you have to take time to ground yourself, to reflect, but also take your time to, like, recognize and feel out whatever it is that you're experiencing inside, to know, is this a fear or is this the fact? Is this fear or fact? Something wrong? Chariot, yeah. With the Page of Cups. That's Chariot is Cancer energy. Hi, Dana. And then the Page of Cups. Page of Cups. The Hermit, the Chariot, and Page of Cups. Because I feel like somebody has probably made some move toward you. Maybe made a gesture towards you. It could be a Cancerian. They may have been very direct and forward with you, and that probably has you at the place that, like, maybe you're reflecting on this. Maybe you're taking time to mull over whatever it is, this person that came in, whatever they communicated with you. It could be a fellow water sign energy, and we do have a Chariot too with Cancer coming in. But all right, I want to know what your suspicion is. What is Pisces' suspicion? If this is for you, Pisces, because it could be the cross watcher too, or whoever it is, vice versa. The suspicion. What is suspicion? What is Pisces suspicion? He with the cards for 4 Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Justice. You are suspicious that this person may be after one thing when it comes to you, you know, and you may feel like the need to hold back. Or it could be also that you want to make sure that you don't accept an offer from someone who may not be able to give you, who may not be honest, may not be completely forthright with you. But you also are suspicious too that what if you allow this person in, that they may cause some sort of imbalance in your life with the Justice card. You know, you're wondering if this person has good intentions. You know, do they have the intention to invest? But the page is like someone young, immature. They're learning, they're growing, you know. So this could be a younger sign you're dealing with. We have Page of Cups and Page of Pentacles coming out. So these people could be younger than you. Maybe that's why you're wondering if these people might be immature and not be able to give you the fair, like if you don't want to deal with people who are immature and who only take, but not give. And if they give, they're not giving you a lot. They're giving you a little bit, the bare minimum. And you're looking for something that's equal and fair. So, does Pisces have a reason to run away? It's saying, let me get one more. Does Pisces have a reason to run away? Does Pisces have a reason to run away? Does Pisces have a reason to run away? These cards keep falling. What I'm getting is, because some of these cards came on the reverse, it's like you have to look at things from a clear perspective. You know, look at the facts, not from the past experience, but look at this person as an individual. You know, kind of give them the opportunity to show themselves so that you can see the truth rather than comparing them to somebody from the past, which is what this reference card is. Like you're referencing this person to another person. You're comparing them. You know, it's like you got to give this person an opportunity because it's not fair that if they didn't do anything, you're like, if you're looking at the past and comparing the past to this new person, that you're not really giving them the fair chance. You're not giving them, you know, you're not giving them the benefit of the doubt. And it's like, if you do that, because some of these cards came on the reverse, you know, and I'm noting that, but I'm not reading them that way. But the fact is, it's like, if you don't change that, you're going to like be maybe repeating a cycle when it comes to relationships where you're not either going to move forward, but you just got to, there's something that you need to change, you know, because yeah, you could run away, but what changes are you making? You're avoiding situations, but there's something that you need to learn from this experience. You know, you have to give somebody a chance. You have to trust yourself, to trust your intuition, you know, trust your inner knowing with the Hermit. If you have to take time to do that, which is what the Mirror card came out with first, because there's something that you need to change. You can refer to the past, but then maybe there's something that you need to do differently. You know, maybe that you need to see yourself and your actions clearly. And I'm not blaming you for anything, because sometimes, remember, we're the common denominator. We allow certain things to happen by accepting and engaging in those situations, right? So if there's something you got to look at differently for yourself from your perspective, because you can't change what other people do. You can only change your own actions, right? But then it's like, once you start to look at the past, reflect on the past. Use that, reflect on the past. You don't know this person, you don't know their past, you don't know anything about them. You have to reflect on your past because you know your past, you know yourself. Reflect, look back, see what things you need to change. Be honest with yourself. What flaws you have, what interferences, what fears are you bringing in that's kind of interfering with your perception of this person? Are you only comparing them to negative situations? What about good situations? You know, were there any good situations you had? No. If you didn't, then, you know, remember, we're the common denominator in our life. You know, when we deal with stuff, sometimes we keep doing things without realizing it. Maybe this is a time for you to reflect and think about What can you do differently so that you don't engage with people who are immature and who aren't able to give you what you want, who aren't able to bring, fairness, equality, balanced relationships, balanced give and take, instead of running away. You have to reflect, learn, and grow and change and close out the cycle so you could start something new, because it's possible. The Wheel of Fortune is about change. We get to decide which way this wheel turns. It could turn against us or for us. You can reflect on the past, but let the past be a teacher to show you where you need to evolve, where you need to grow, where you need to heal, and where you need to transcend, move away from, So that's it for the reading, Pisces. I hope that reading resonates with you in the best way. I hope the reading resonates with each of the signs in the best way possible. I thank you so much for sticking with me, liking, sharing, possibly subscribing. And I hope to see you next time. And I hope that all of you stay safe and have a wonderful weekend ahead. Sending you lots of love and care. Bye, everyone.